Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to this session of Edu Shastra, that is for the logical reasoning. And in this session, we will try to understand the approach for the logical reasoning section. And as we are having some quantitative based logical reasoning questions, right, which are there in the examination, in different examinations. Now, this is a new trend for the different examination. So, we will be discussing some sets from the previous examinations, which are typically quantitative plus the logical reasoning. Means there is some calculation and there is some common sense. Both the things are applied to get the answer in these questions. So, welcome to everyone. Welcome. Now, so if I move with this part, that is say just some brief introduction in the logical reasoning section. So, logical reasoning section is basically there where you are having some questions which are typically not related to any topic. Right. In the quantitative, I can say this is arithmetic, this is algebra, this is geometry. In English, you can say this is grammar, tenses, part of a speech, unseen passages, para jumbles, etc. Different types are there. But here in logical reasoning, there is a no specific topic, right? Anything can be called as logical reasoning, right? So this can be in the form of arrangement, some calculation based, some games and tournaments. So there are various different topics are there which are coming under this head, that is logical reasoning. Now, so there are some tips for you as you are going into the final phase of your preparation, and almost a month time is there, right, for different examinations to be started. So normally the examinations are there towards the end of the month, right? Okay. So first thing, never assume information. Whatever is given in the passage, in the text, in the table, in the diagram, right? Whatever is given, just consider this information as the final, right? There should be no assumption as per my general understanding, my general experience over the years, right? So there should be no assumption. Now, pay attention to the word, right? Because calculation, arrangements, all these things are very simple, but the catch is always in the sentence, in the framing of the phrases, in the uses of the words, right? So if you are having some words like all, some, none, only, unless, right? So just try, try to understand the meaning and the uses of these words, right? And if you are having some words like non, un, this, so these words are typically used for what? For some negative sense, right? For no information, right? So just try to understand the uses of the words when you're solving the question. Okay. Be careful of the choices you make, whatever the answer you are getting, right? Just be very careful. There are some words like none, none of the these, right? All of these. So these are the some options which typically you are getting in the examination, and these options are making a little trouble when you are putting up your answer, right? So just try to be a very attentive when you are picking up your options for the final mark, right? Okay. Use your time wisely. So in a different examination for the logical reasoning section, you are getting a different time limits. So just pre-plan your timeline. And how can you do this? You just try to solve the mock test on the online portal of EduShastra, and when you are solving the online examination, online mock based on different examinations, right? Then you will be able to manage your time, you will be able to plan your time, and you will be able to divide your time as per the questions required to solve in the examination, right? So this is a prerequisite to just divide your timings so that you can have the good attempt in the examination. And for this purpose, you can just use the EduShastra online portal for attempting a section test on the logical reasoning, for attempting a full length mock test for a particular examination. Right? Okay. Now, practice regularly. So, in the logical reasoning, there is a no formula. Unlike if I say the geometry, the algebra, the arithmetic, all those topics, right? In the reading comprehension. So this is just like a reading comprehension of English. So as much as you practice, you will get mastery. So just try to solve the previous year papers, and I have picked the questions from the previous year papers, right? So that you can have a good understanding of the examples and good understanding of the paper level difficulty, right? So actually, the questions are easy, right? But the anxiety of getting a correct answer in the examination, the reverse running clock on the screen. So these are the some factors which always create a pressure over the mind, and we have to beat this pressure. And how to beat? Just revise your syllabus completely, practice regularly, and attempt the mock test paper. Right? Okay. Now, how to solve the questions of logical reasoning? So we have the different type of questions based on a queue, games and tournament, arrangement, quantitative based reasoning, right? Table, bar graph, etc., etc. Different type of graphs are there, right? So how to solve? So see, first is this syllabus. These are the some topics which are typically there in the examination. Sitting arrangement, circular, blood relation, selection, conditional, set-based, grouping, mapping, miscellaneous, right? Different examinations are there. Different types are there, right? Okay. So what is the right way to prepare? First, systematic process. So what does this mean? Always approach the question in a systematic way. Do not go directly. I just look for the second question. I just look for the table, right? No, no. First, understand the basic information which is typically given above the set. Right. There are some 3 or 4 lines which introduce all the information. What about the set, the diagram, the information, the units typically, right? So all these informations are there typically in the first 3 or 4 lines above the set. Okay. Simplify the data. So whatever the information is given, just tabulate the data. You can make a table, you can make a diagram, you can make some pointers so that you can identify, okay, this is the important thing and I need to concentrate over this, right? Practice from easy to difficult, right? Do not jump directly to the difficult sets. Why? If you go directly to the difficult set, maybe you are able to solve, that's very good. But in case you are not able to solve, or maybe you are getting a little longer time, then this will add up to the what? Demotivation, right? And once you are getting a feeling, okay, I'm not able to solve the question, I'm not able to understand the question. So even when you are solving the easier ones, right, you will be having a difficulty to solve the sets, right? So just start from easy to difficult so that you can just build up over the confidence, right? And this way you can identify, okay, these are the information which are typically there, because informations are standard, right? And when you solve, you will identify, okay, I have solved this set say sometime back, maybe last week, right? And this is just similar to this one. So informations are almost similar, but you will feel this when you solve a lot number of questions, right? Lot number of sets. So practice is a major thing in the logical, right? Okay, done. So these are the some tips which are there. No? So I am just starting with this one set for you. Yes. So this is the one set which is there. Just read this little carefully, right? Just read this little carefully and try to make us some figures. Try to make us some structure, because this is a text passage is there, right? There is a no table, there is a no graph is written. And this is the kind of questions which you are normally getting nowadays, because after getting this information, you need to arrange the data. As I have just discussed, that you need to arrange, you need to identify the important figures out of this figure, right? So you have to identify the important figures in this data, and then you have to simplify, you have to give the answer, right? So just take a 2 minute of time, right, to understand, to just identify, and then we will be solving and we will be starting to get the answer for these questions 13, 14 and 15. Okay, so let's begin and try to understand. Now, read this carefully, and I can like underline, I can mark the important information here, right? Because I have say all the things for writing over the screen, right? But in the examination, you can just note down the important part on a paper, the rough paper. Okay. So this is in a target shooting competition. A person is allowed to shoot at 4 targets successively. So how many targets a person is shooting? 4. So this is one important. Then followed by the next competitor. So there is a one person who is shooting a 4 targets, then the next, and so on. When all have finished one such round, the process is repeated. So whatever is the number of persons are there, when they have finished, everyone has finished shooting the target, then the turn for the first person will again come. If a target is hit, the shooter is awarded 2 points. So this is again important. If the target is hit, person is awarded with a 2 points, right? If he misses the target, if the target is missed, right? Others, right? This is an important point here. Others are awarded each point, right? Others. So if the person is missing the target, the other members, other players will be getting a 1 point each. Okay. The first person who gets 60 points win the competition. So the deadline, the limiting point is this, that is 60. So whosoever is getting a 60 point first will be the winner of the tournament. In a context between ABC, so how many players are there? 3 players are there. The final score cards are A is 60, B is 53, C is 43, right? Out of the total 78 shots fired. So how many total shots fired? 78 shots fired. 43 hit the target. So 43 are hitting the target. So this is the basic information which is there, and based on this information I need to take out the answers. I need to take out and solve the questions. So when I go in a normal way, right? So after reading this information, I can understand that there will be some equations, right? Because there are three persons, first is hitting, second is hitting, some number of targets are there, some are hit targets, some are missed target, right? And players are getting some points. So there must be some equations. Now, if I go with the equations, then this will be a little longer, time consuming, right? And when I make an equation, so equation will create a little confusion, right? What to do? I will go and solve this in a shortcut, right? In a faster way. How? Anyone can suggest here? Okay, so Ishika is saying since A won the contest, so A is the last one to shoot. Okay, okay. Let's see who is the first, who is the last one. Right. So we'll just come out with this. Okay, done. So let's start solving. So just start writing the important first information. How many shots are there? Total 78 shots. Right. How many are hit? So this is how many are hit? This is 43 are hit. So 43 shots are hit. Right. So if there are total 78 shots and hit are 43, so there should be some missed. How many are missed? 30. Right. Now I just write the information for the points. A is 60 point, B is a 53 point, and C is a 43. So A is getting a 60 points, right? B is getting a 53 points, okay, and C is getting how much? 43. Okay? This is the information. Total three persons are there, and every person is hitting how many? Four target, right? This is given to me. Four target, and turn by turn, they are hitting the target, right? They are shooting the target. So in this, there is a some first person, there is a some second person, there is a some third person. But out of A, B, C, who is the first, who is the second, who is the third? I do not. This I need to identify, right? So if I assume there is a some one person first, there is a some second person, right? And there is a some third. Okay. So these are the different number of persons. Now, total 78 shots are fired. Listen carefully, right? Now, your turn, and you will be answering, and I will be just writing here, and we will be solving together. Okay. Total 78 shots are fired. Okay. And every person is hitting how many? Every person is firing four shots, right? So first person is 4, second person is 4, third person is 4. So this way, in a one round, in all, three persons will fire 12 shots. Agree? I repeat, they are shooting four shots individually. So first person, second person, third person, right? So in a one round, I can say first person is firing four shots, then second person four shots, then the third person four shots. So in a one round, how many total shots are there? One round will have how many? Total 12 shots, right? Okay. So if there are total 78 shots, and in a one round, 12 shots are fired. So can you tell me how many rounds are there? What are the number of rounds? Number of rounds. Yes, what are the number of rounds? Can you tell me? What are the number of rounds? In a one round, 12 shots are fired and total 78 shots are there. So can you tell me what is the number of rounds in this game? No, Anushka, no, this is not 7 round. This is yes, Ishika, yes, Prerna. This is see, total 78 shots are there and 12 shots are there in one round. So I can say if I am taking first round 12 shots, second round 24 shots, third round 36 shots, and so on and moving gradually. So I can fire a sum number which is a perfect multiple of 12 under the 78, right? And this is what? That is 72, right? So I can say 6 rounds and plus 6 shots, right? Total 6 round because every round will have 12 shots. So in a 6 round, I can fire total how many? 72 shots and plus 6 shots are remaining. Done? Okay. So now I know what is the number of rounds. Done? So in this, first person is shooting the target, right? And the first person is shooting how many rounds? 6 rounds. And this is shooting how many? 4 shots in every round, right? This is the second person, 6 round and 4 shots. Third person, 6 round and 4 shots. So total this way, how many? 72 shots are fired. And first, second, and third person, they all have taken their chances. Right? Turns. Now, 6 shots are remaining. And who will fire now? First person. So out of the remaining 6 shots, this first person will fire how many? 4 more. So first person will total fire how many? 28 shots. Right? Second person, out of the remaining 6, 4 are already fired by the first person, remaining are 2. So this is how much? 26 shots. Right? And third person will get how many? 0. So this is what? 24 shots. Okay? Done? So out of the ABC, whosoever is the first or the second or the third, as of now, we do not know. But the first person we know will fire at 28 shots. Second person will fire total 26 shots. And the third person will fire total 24 shots. Right? Done? Any confusion, any doubt till now? Okay. Now move further. So this is the basic information which we have taken out, which we have deciphered, interpreted from the given text, right? This is the basic information. And we have just tabulated, we have just identified all the information here written over the sheet. Right? Now, start solve. So, ABC, 3 persons are there, and we have to identify who is the first, who is the second, who is the third one. So, now, if I assume, right, if I assume A is the first person, right? This is my assumption, right? Because we are just going directly and we are not making an equation, we are just solving this in a shortcut manner. So I am assuming that A is the first person to shoot here. And we know here that A is scoring how many? 60 points, right? So A is scoring how many? 60 points, right? Okay. Now come to the very crucial part in this question. Very crucial part. This says if a target is hit, shooter is awarded 2 points, and if he misses the target, others awarded 1 point each, right? So there should be no point wasted. If the target is hit, the shooter is getting a 2 point, and if he is missing the target, the other players will be awarding 1 point each, right? Okay. So this is a very important point to get the answer. Done. Now, so A is the first person we are assuming, and A is scoring how many? 60 points. Now total 78 shots are there, 43 are hit, and 35 are missed. Done. Now see this. Out of this, out of this 60 points, right? Out of this 60 points, if I assume all the 35 missed targets, right? All the 35 missed targets are mixed by B and C only, not by A, right? This is my assumption. What is my assumption? If all the missed targets, that is a 35 number, are missed by B and C, not by A. So this means after the missing of the target of B and C, A will be getting a 1 point each, right? So if B and C missing all the 35 targets, so this means A is getting 35 points from here. How? By the missed target of missed by B and C, right? This is missed by B and C. Done. Total 60 points are there. So I can say remaining 25 points, right? A is hitting. So this is hits of A. Right? And A is getting this by hitting the target. Now, for every hit, person is getting 2 points. For every miss, others are getting 1 point each. Right? So we are assuming all the missed 35 target are missed by B and C, not by A. So A is scoring 35 points from there, and the remaining 25 points is hitting by himself. Right? So he is scoring total 60 points. Right? This is there. Now, if 25 are the hits, right? So I can say A is hitting more than 12 shots, right? A is hitting more than 12 shots, because for every hit, A will get 2 points, right? For every hit, A will get 2 points. So for getting a score of 25, A should hit more than 12 shots, right? More than 12 shots. So in this, what should I do? What should I do? Right? So now taking us say some random number, if I say A is hitting 15 shots, so 15 hits are there for A, right? So 15 hits, getting at 2 points. How much? 30 points by hit, right? And this means remaining what? Plus 30 points by missed of B and C, right? Missed of B and C. Done. Getting at this point? What I am doing here, I am taking as some random number that is a 15 and taking this as if A is hitting a 15 shot, right? So A will score how much? 30 points. And remaining 30 points A will get from the missed target of B and C, right? So this means A is missing how much? 5 shots, right? Because total missed are 35, and if B and C are missing 30, so remaining 5 shots are missed by whom? Missed shot by whom? A. So I can say total shots, total shots for A are what? 15 are hit, right? Plus 5 are missed, done. So this means total 20 shots. Right? Now, we have identified earlier that the first person is shooting 28, second person is shooting 26, and the third person is shooting 24. But as per the calculation, this is coming out to be what? 20 shots. So this means what? This means what? There is a no such person, right? I should get either a 28 or a 26, right? I should get some such number. Okay. So I get to say some more assumption for A. So after the 15, if I take 17 hits, so if 17 hits are there, so into 2, what is 34 points, right? If 34 points are there, and how many points are remaining? 26 points are remaining. So 26 are what? Missed by B and C. Done. So this means remaining how much? 9 shots missed by A, right? Because total are 35 and B and C are missing how much? 26 shots. So 26 if subtracted from 35. So how much is there? 9 shots. So I can now calculate shots for A. So this is what? 17 are hit plus 9 are missed, right? So how much is this? 17 plus 9, that is 26 shots, right? And who is the person who is hitting the 26 shots? Second person, right? So this means I can conclude here. A is the second person, right? A is the second person to shoot, right? Because A is shooting how much? 17 are hit, 9 are missed, total 26 shots are there, and this means A is the second person to shoot the target, right? Okay. The same way I can calculate for the B, right? So how to calculate for the B? Okay. Now, if I take what? So A is the second person, I take B is the first person, right? I take B is the first. And what is the score of B? Yes, 53 points. Okay. So this is 53. Done. So same way, start the same logic, right? I am assuming B is the first person to shoot the target and is scoring a 53 points, right? And assuming the missed targets are not by B, all the missed targets are done by A and C. So this means B will be getting what? 35 points, right? 35. And this is what? Missed by A and C. Right? So all the 35 points B is scoring and these are missed by A and C. Now, if 35 points are scored by B when they are missing by A and C, right? So how many score? How much is the score? B will need to score himself. Yes. How much is the score? B will be getting to score himself. 35 if subtracted from 53. Yes. 35 if subtracted from 53. 18. Right? 18 points. And 18 points are what? Hits of B. Right? So this means if B is scoring 18 points by hitting himself, so this means B is hitting at least 9 or more than 9 shots, right? So if I take say somewhere around 12 shots, right? 12 shots into 2. So that is what? 24 points, right? So if 24 points are there, then how many points are required more to score a 53? How many points are required more to score 53? That is 29, right? And 29 are what? 29 are missed by A and C. No? So it means shots of B. 12 are hits, right? And plus, if 29 are missed by A and C and total missed are 35, right? So 6 are missed by B. So this means total how many? 18 shots, right? But we know there is a no such number, right? Remember, there is a no such number. We have 28 or 26 or 24, right? So there is a no such number 18 and 26 is already gone because A is the second person to shoot the target. So this assumption is little wrong. So I just go a little further, right? I just go a little further, right? So if I take say 14 shots, 14 into 2, that is how much? 28 points, right? 28 points by hitting the target. And how many needs? By missed from others. That is 25, right? 25 points. So 25 points are what? That is missed by A and C. Done? So shots of B. 14 are hit, right? And plus 10 are missed. Done? So this is total 24 shots. And this means if B is hitting total 24 shots, and who is the person hitting 24 shots? Third person, right? So this means B is what? The third person, right? To hit the target, right? The third person. So C is the first person, right? So this means C will be the first person. Done? So quickly, can you tell me for the C, what are the hits and what are the miss? So I can table it here for A, for B. For B, how many hits? 14. And how many miss? 10. And for A, this is 17 hit and 9 miss, right? So this is 17 hit and 9 miss. None. And I know total is what? Hits are how many? 43. And miss are how many? 35. Right. So the remaining is what? For the B. Right. If you subtract this from the 43 and 35 respectively, the hits and miss, so you will get for the C. So quickly, can you tell me what is for the C? What is the hit target for the C? So hitting for the C is, I suppose, 12 you are getting, right? And what is the miss? This is 16. And this way I am getting all my data complete, right? So I can now mark the options. First person, who was the second person to shoot, right? So who is the second person to shoot? We have just identified, that is A. So A is the second person to shoot. How many targets A hit, right? How many targets A hit? 17 targets A is hitting. So this is the third option, 17. How many targets B miss? So how many targets B miss? B is a third person and missing 10 targets. So this is the second option, right? So this way I am getting all my answers, right? So earlier the answers you have shared are little not correct. There are some corrections are required, right? So this is the way. So this is what quantitative based logical reasoning. And this is a very important in different examinations nowadays, because examiners are testing your little calculations and little logical bend of mind. So they are mixing calculation plus the logical understanding, and this way they are designing the question. Just a simple like 3, 4, 5 line question, and